this is Doom, the original one. Figured I'd just start playing because it'll take me a while to get through all that other Pokemon crap. So why not just start a new one, eh? Before I start, I should probably explain, first of all, I'm using the GZ Doom source port. It just makes things look nice and run well. As you can see, this game doesn't look as old as it is. Yeah, I mean, it still looks pixely and whatnot, but it could look a lot worse. Or, I shouldn't say worse, it never really looked that bad. Rather, just could have looked blockier, put it that way. The other thing is, I'm using a few modifications to the game, not many. Just 3 things, or I suppose 4 things. Jump, which I only use for like tactical purposes. I don't use it to get up places because the game wasn't designed with jump, right? So I might be able to like get somewhere I shouldn't be able to, and it's not really fair to the game. Same thing goes for crouch here. I find crouch useful for like when I'm opening doors, so I can shoot at stuff a little bit, just a smidge earlier. It's nice. Mouse look, the ability to actually look up and down. Normally Doom, you'd just be like this, locked on the middle of that plane, and you'd auto-aim upwards. But I have auto-aim completely turned off, and I have mouse look enabled. So there's actual real aiming instead of just X-plane aiming. And I think that covers it. So let's get started. When I was a kid, we had Doom 2 on a disc. We owned that game completely, and I guess it came with a shareware of Doom 1. So I was only able to ever play this first episode. But we did have Doom 1 on the Super Nintendo, oddly enough. And I was able to play that. It was weird though, like they changed the game a bit. Mostly in regards to like just having to fit it on the Super Nintendo, so certain things kind of sucked. And because there's a more strict data limit, they had to remove a few levels. I don't think they did too much to this first episode. I think they just removed a level. But like later on, I think the later episodes might have lost like 2, maybe even 3 levels. And they had to redesign a couple. So I was able to play that though, and it was a lot harder. We'll say that. It was a lot harder to play on a freaking console. I didn't grab the blue armor yet. One of my favorite uses of jump is to just jump around when you're in acid pools, so you take less damage. It's definitely really not fair, but I mean, why not? Hard times are kind of funny. It's Like I remember reading up on how John Romero decided how to do the par times, and I don't know. I don't care about times really. Like the last thing I would care about is finishing the level fast. I like to see those 100%s. That's all. Alright, there's a backpack there. It's a very early backpack. I remember when playing this on the Super Nintendo, since I was playing on the easiest difficulty, that was the first shotgun. Or at least it was the first one I knew of. So it was like, start this level, rush there immediately, grab that damn shotgun. And it took me a long time to learn about this secret. That one's important. Because it opens that, and there's lots of goodies out there. Alright, got that. For the most part, there's really no reason not to use the shotgun. It's one of the most handy weapons out there. The accuracy is really not that bad for a shotgun. Great burst damage, able to knock down all these weak guys, and generally one shot. If the odd lighting, like the flickering lights or glowing lights, generally dark lights or anything like that, tends to bother you, you might have to deal with it because it's kind of a Doom thing. Pretty frequently play with the light level in areas. I'll also be switching in and out of that here and there. This auto map mode, just to see if there's anything I left behind. Because it shows lines anytime you see them. So if you notice a little gap, means you didn't really go by some area. Or rather, if you notice an opening into the quote-unquote void, that's when you know you didn't explore somewhere. There we go. chainsaw, funny weapon. It's actually pretty damn good against certain enemies, just because it kind of does like really rapid low damage hits. So like it can stun lock some of the enemies that have a high pain chance. It's kind of weird how it works out to be really good in those circumstances. That is, there are some guys it's just god awful, like taking a chainsaw to the bear and terrible. One other thing I could have mentioned about how I'm playing is I do like to play with always running. Just my way of doing things. I don't really care for walking. I don't see a point. You can see the movement speed difference. It's usually better the faster you move, you know, dodge things and all that crap. Subtle movement generally is not needed. But hey, it has its place. And I think my plan is to just do three levels per video, because it's by no means a long game, so I'll just create some short videos here, you know. I kind of remember it being weird the first time I played this one on the computer because the Super Nintendo version doesn't have these barriers. It's just kind of an example of the kind of thing they had to take out. Sneaky bastard. Forget how far I need to go down. Doesn't matter though. Did it fine. But there was an example of a tripwire secret where there's a quote-unquote wire somewhere that once you pass, you know, triggers something. I say tripwire because in implementation wise it resembles that, but there's really no visual that tells you that there's a line triggering anything. There is a sound though based on the effect, like these are lift effects. what it's worth, the source ports put in that a secret is revealed thing that was not part of the original game. Be up there in like 5 minutes. I want to say 5 minutes. So this right here is the secret exit. I forget exactly what switch or walking over where, whatever triggered it, but it was from one of those two areas that where the lift lowered and let me access them and in that yellow key area. But I'm gonna play the level out. Just come back. Opened the secret for me. Or no, it must have opened on its own. I haven't really played this level too many times. Like to this part, that is. I usually go for the secret and just leave. So I mean, maybe that door is just opened by itself. It must actually. It must be a tripwire. Yeah, it's a tripwire. I thought it was just another off-texture wall that you were supposed to open. Tripwire. So I was partially invisible there because I picked up an artifact that does that. For people who are really good at the game, or rather just people who play the game a lot, it can be kind of detrimental to you because it makes the enemies unpredictable. So, like, most projectiles are ridiculously easy to dodge. So, if you don't know where they're going to shoot it, it gets a little bit harder to dodge it, naturally. And since this is the exit, I think we'll just call it here right before I hit it. What is the hotkey for saving? Is it F3? Nah, it's F2, isn't it? One. We do dashes? Yes, we can. Now let's do it There we go, that's their lingo. Episode 1, Mission 3. Oh, and I suppose I'll show this off real quick since I saved it there. Won't waste any ammunition. This is a rocket launcher. Got it a little bit early. The little decals details on the walls are part of the source port as well. A lot of the little things like that are all from the source port and not the original game. Just the little nice touches. Why not, right? Alright, I'm kind of just stalling there. Peace.